As a result of Azimatt and Ketchup's heroic actions, the destruction of time was stopped, and peace returned to the world of Pokémon. Of course, not everything returned to normal right away. Some places remained where time was still out of control. But overall, things were becoming better everywhere. As for Azimatt and Ketchup, they returned to Wigglytuff's guild, and fell back into their daily routine of vigorous training. One morning, several months later. Hello everyone, this is Azimatt bringing you the Aftergame coverage of Pokémon Mystery Dungeon Explorers of the Sky. At last! Yes, I have waited about 8 months since I released Special Episode 5, and I recorded that back in December of 2010. So yeah, it's been quite a large gap between the Aftergame and main game, but unlike Super Skarmory, I'm actually doing it. I'm actually kind of annoyed because, frankly, I've waited 3 years now for him to do the Aftergame. But instead, I'm doing it, so whatever. Now, I want you to know that I will not be doing any excessive legendary hunting or anything. I'm just going to do the linear Aftergame. I'm not going to do anything that doesn't add any good story to the game. You probably know what I'm talking about, but I'm not going to spoil anything for you. However, I think I will do Sky Tower, I'm not sure yet. Now, I want you to know that this episode was actually post-commentated, as I said in the title at the beginning of the video. So, well, you know, because I recorded this back in November, like I said, and it's pretty bad, my commentary back then, and as you can tell, the quality isn't as good as my current videos. I've sort of had to up it up a bit, and of course I've had to put the music in, but the sound effects won't be there, because the sound, it was also bad, and now I rip audio instead of recording it through my camera microphone, so yeah. I just thought you'd like to know that, and I kind of lost concentration of what's going on screen. Basically, Azimatt and Ketchup have qualified for a graduation exam. This happens straight after you beat the main game, save the destruction of time, etc. And you have to do it in order to unlock Special Episode 5. Which of course I uploaded beforehand because I wanted to include this as the Aftergame. So you're getting this now, and that was recorded before Special Episode 5 was, except for the commentary, of course. But yeah, let's get back into the game. So I guess we gotta head to Treasure Town. And this is the first dungeon in a while you can actually bring Pokemon with you. I mean, probably haven't been able to do that since, well, before you went to the future, so yeah, it's a pretty long time ago. Now, after... oh yeah, since you're going to Treasure Town, Teddisaur and Urasing, a couple of characters who you haven't really had much to do with before. Now, this is their time to shine. The chapter 1 of 6 or 7, I believe in the Aftergame, they're not categorized like that. I just sort of just cast that in my head. This is their chapter. Now, they are as mad to go to Mystifying Forest, the place where Wigglytuff, or Chatot, whoever it was, himself stated that the Grand Master of all things bad lurks. So yeah, they are pretty insane, right? Yeah. Now, after all the events of Temple Tower, you probably have a fair bit of money, and you want to deposit that, of course, unless you want to buy anything, which you shouldn't need to, because unless you were really unlucky, you still have a lot of stuff in your treasure bag. It says anything at the Kecleon shop. You want to bring a couple of Reviver Seeds and, you know, the usual stun seeds and stuff to this dungeon. Not too much, but this dungeon can be pretty tricky. It's a very interesting dungeon. It's very weird. We'll get to that in a second right here. Yeah, it's just a very difficult dungeon. I had a lot of trouble with it in the past, but I guess we'll pull through, so whenever my past self is ready to go to the dungeon, we shall go. What is he doing? I can't remember what I commentated. Okay, there we go, never mind. Now, let's go to Mystifying Forest. Haha. We are here And you see that Kangaskhan rock? Yeah, you can't get to it. Well, of course you can't, because you don't need to. You've just gone from Treasure Town. But if you wipe, you'll be able to use it, of course. I don't think I wiped on this round, but let's go. So this dungeon has 13 floors, I believe. It's all in the sidebar. If I miss stuff out in my commentary, hopefully it'll be in my new sidebar, of course, because my videos have, since I've done Special Episode 5, become widescreen. Oh, Minty Bow. Wait, I already had that, didn't I? Never mind. So yeah, I enjoy the widescreen and sidebars and whatnot. I don't put too much effort into them, so that's why they're not incredibly detailed like my Pokemon levels and everything, because that would just bore me and I'd make less videos. But it's something to fill the gap between the screens. Okay. Now the Pokemon list in this dungeon is colossal. Let's just say that. I'm going to read all of the Pokemon off for you. Bulbasaur, Ivysaur, Metapod, Rattata, Raticate, Spearow, Nidoran male, Nidoran female, Venonat, Bellsprout, Weeping Bell, Execute, Coughing, Scyther, Eevee, Chikorita, Bayleaf, Apom, Teddisaur, Wurmple, Seedot, Nuzleaf, Roselia, Gulpin, Flygon, Turtwig, Grotle, Torterra, Bidoof, Kricketot, Stunky, Skuntank, and Munchlax. I repeat, Bulbasaur, I'm just kidding, I'm not going to repeat that, but yeah, it's a pretty huge list, and the level range is, god, it must be like, what, like level 5 to level 55, I swear. Well, okay, that's a bit of an exaggeration, but, you know, it has all of the grass starters from the first 4 generations, the first and second evolutions, and it even has the third evolution of Turtwig, which is pretty nice. And of course you can recruit those, and if you recruit a Shrieker, I like to evolve it to Grovyle and pretend and have that as my third member and sort of pretend I'm Grovyl's here. So yeah, he was a pretty cool character. Yeah. So have fun in this dungeon. Sometimes in some of my playthroughs I struggle like hell with it, others I do it easily, but it's just an annoying dungeon. I guess it's how to do with how evenly matched you are with grass types and that. But yeah, I'm going to speed it up from here now. Don't you just hate it when you hit a warp trap right before the stairs? Ugh, yeah, that happens quite a lot. Ah, hello Teddisaur and Urasing, you psychopathic weirdos, coming into Mystifying Forest with the Grand Master of all things bad lurking around. But no, it doesn't matter. I think we've passed him, so let's just go up to Luminous Spring, shall we? Whoa! I totally didn't see that obvious out of place sprite for a pitfall trap. Seriously, that was the worst pitfall trap ever. I mean, come on, it was so obvious. Like, sprites in this game don't fit at all with the backgrounds. Oh no, it's suddenly dark. We've crept into the Grand Master's territory. It's the Grand Master of all things bad. Oh no! Wahaha! Coming to our that was the worst evil laugh ever. Wait a minute. Wigglytuff? The rest of the guild? What is going on? Of course, Bidoof has his moment to shine. But are they really the guild, or are they people in disguise? Disguise. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Come on, we can just fight you anyway. Yumtar. That's definitely not Wigglytuff. Okay, this boss battle is pretty difficult. I mean, it's a force to be reckoned with. Of course, it's not as hard as Primal Dialga, but still. Tactics for this. I recommend you take out Sunflora first, because her Petal Dance ability is deadly. And I recommend, if you have a long range move on your partner, disable all other moves so it can use that for a brief moment to hit other targets. And I've got to use a Violent Seed. Who should I use it on? I'll use it myself. Whatever. So use Flamethrower on that. And now what I recommend you do is disable Flamethrower and put Lava Plume on. Sorry, I can't help you if you have another Pokemon, but you get the idea of what to do. Because Lava Plume's an AoE move, it hits multiple targets and it's powerful, so it's an overpowered move, let me tell you. As you can see, it knocked out Loudred, and it would have knocked out Corphish maybe, even though that's a water type. It's just a powerful move. As for yourself, just attack as normal, and you might want to sleep Wigglytuff. Wigglytuff, you would have thought that he is extremely overpowered and everything, which he is, but obviously he's going to go easy on you through this guild, because imagine if at Hogwarts, if you graduate, you had to win in a duel against Dumbledore, and if Dumbledore went all out, no one would have graduated, not even Voldemort, so yeah, Wigglytuff has to go easy. It's kind of like, where was Wigglytuff in all this? Why didn't he stop Primal Dialga? Because he could have. I don't know that for sure, it's just what I reckon. No one actually knows how powerful Wigglytuff is exactly. But he's pretty powerful. But of course, he's got a lot of HP, but he doesn't hit very hard. He doesn't use any moves, notice. He just... well, okay, he does sometimes, I guess, I don't know. Well, he's... damn it! Revive Seed, yeah, he's just not as hard as you'd think he'd be, but it's the whole guild, of course, so yeah. Okay. Well, that was a close one, Matt. Yeah, I know. Anyway, let's go to the spring... I've forgotten the name of it already. Mystifying Moonlight Spring... okay. Well, here at Teddisaur and Urasing, I don't know how... That's a weird name. Whatever. They have found this little golden chest, just like the exploration starter kits that we received when we joined the guild. Probably the same box or something. Dimensional Scream. Maybe that'll give me a vision of what's inside. Dun dun. Dun 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 dun. Dun dun. Dun 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 dun. Damn it, didn't have enough time. That's because I sped up, since I arrived at the end of Mystifying Forest, this has been sped up by 150% just because it's going too slow. But yeah, inevitably it was a perfect apple. That is the greatest treasure of all to Wigglytuff. But yeah, you might want to know that's the last time that you used a Dimensional Scream to my memory. I mean, his ability, probably realistically he'd use it a lot, but you never see him use it, and that really disappointed me. It could have been cool for the whole Aftergame storyline, which by the way is worth watching or playing through. It's disappointing that he doesn't abuse his... Well, I say abuse, he doesn't really use at all his ability. What's this called again? Luminous Spring! Luminous Spring! That's it! Luminous Spring. Okay. Now, apparently this is a place where Pokemon can evolve. And it, of course, is different to the Pokemon anime, where Pokemon evolve at will, I believe, and in the main Pokemon games where they evolve by leveling. You have to go to some special difficult place to evolve, and you have to have reached a certain level or have to have a certain item to evolve. And of course, this is where Teddisaura finally evolves into Irrising, which, you know, has apparently been waiting for a while to happen, and now you can't tell them apart. So that's always great. But yeah, of course, let's see Cyndaquil evolve. This is the moment you've all been waiting for. Finally, you can evolve. What? What's this? I can't evolve? This is an outrage. It's an outrage, I tell you. Yep, you can't evolve yet. You have to wait until you completed the Aftergame. Well, completed the Aftergame. Completed the main game Aftergame, if you like. Yeah, you can evolve, just not yet. It's kind of foreshadowing. A distortion in the fabric of space is not letting you evolve. That doesn't make any sense, but whatever. So let's just go back to the guild. So, sucks that I can't get rid of my puny self. Oh well. I always like Pokemon that evolve twice. I don't know why. I think it's better that way. And they evolve by level. So normally starter Pokemon with the exception of Shinx. But yeah, we finally graduated. Yeah, this is a really bad show. I don't know how Loudred fell for it. And surely if, like, when other members graduate, they all know that, oh, it's the guild pretending to be the Grandmaster. Like, they all know because they're all in on it. It should have just been Wigglytuff and Chatot, really. That would be more realistic, I mean, but that's just me asking for Nintendo to be realistic in a video game, which is asking too much of them. Yeah, your team Azimatt can operate on its own, so basically you can choose whatever Pokemon leads your team, and any Pokemon, with the exception of a few storyline dungeons, whatever Pokemon you like can go explore a dungeon, which is pretty cool. And you don't camp out in the guild anymore. Oh, actually, I'll get into that in a little bit. So you graduated, and that means nothing whatsoever, really. It just means you don't get forced to do things by the guild. So with that, you get an enlarged treasure badge. Of course, you can now carry more things before. That's the last thing it gets enlarged, by the way. Startup funds, you get 10,000 Poke. Now, store that in the bank straight away because I actually was stupid enough to lose that. But yeah, graduating unlocks special episode 5. And of course, I've already played through that. See my playlist for my coverage of that, if you want. So, you finally graduated from the Wigglytuff Guild.